when I'm working those overnight shifts at the supermarket, at my job, 11 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. Sometimes I just like to think to myself, like, what am I doing? Am I getting anywhere? Am I making any progress? And I have that thought every single day. Sometimes I'll have it in my room. Sometimes I'll have it when I'm walking back to work because I don't have a car. Sometimes I have that while I'm at work. And it puts everything into perspective. But we also have to remind ourselves of how far we've come. Because this video isn't a sob story on circumstances and, my shortcomings in life. I've already accepted those things. And I've removed myself from being emotional over those things. Because I got tired of being a victim long ago. Way before I even started to fully mature as an adult. Because the victim mentality will never get you anywhere. It will never equate to anything tangible. It'll only continue to dig you into a hole in which it'll be extremely hard to come out of. Because at the end of the day, it's mindset. 26 working at a supermarket. But on a lot of my videos, a lot of people would say, well, you have a job, you have food, you have money. Last year, I saved my first $1,000 and I wasn't able to do that for 4 years straight, working a different job and then working this job. I kid you not, I had $200, maybe $300, maybe $400 or $500 on a good month to my name, and then I would just spend it all again. And I'm still bad at spending, but the one thing that helped me was going full time. That was one way that I won last year. You got to think about it like wins. When I saved my first $1,000, that was a win. When I saved my first $2,000, $3,000, that was a win. When I get my car, is going to be a win. Every time I get up every single day and go to work and still have a job, that's a win. You never really lose until, let's say, you die, because you don't know what's going to happen. But every single day that you're alive, you have another opportunity to win. You've won the easiest part of life, just waking up. Now it's up to you to make the day something worthwhile. So I make this video not to, like I said before, talk about shortcomings, but to inspire and to tell a little bit of my story. Because we oftentimes get so caught up in the idea that we need to be way farther than we are at right now in every sector of life, especially money, finances, and relationships. And that's just not the case. I'll tell you this, for all of my people that are in America or in other first world countries in the world, if you have a job, if you're in good health, your family's good, you have a car, basic necessities, you are doing so much better than a large part of the world. And the second part of this video is to explain to you the idea of leverage. Because even though I work at this supermarket, whatever, it's a 9-to-5 mundane job, and it really ain't even all that bad, for being honest. I have such confidence, and maybe even you could just call it delusion, that I'll be able to get to where I want to be in the next couple of years simply because of one thing. Well, let's say two things. I have a pretty basic plan, and my mindset is positive. It's so easy to look at what's happening on social media, on the TV, on your phone, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and be like, damn, I'm doing bad. Damn, the world is fucked up. Damn this, damn that. And yes, those things are unfortunate. But you can't focus on what's happening outside of your purview, outside of your circumstance, outside of your control. You have to worry about today. Today you got to go to work. Today you got to finish that essay for school. Today you got to check on your parents. Today you got to get shit done. Tomorrow don't even exist yet. Life is one big moment. It's all happening. Because while all these things are happening around the world, and I like when I'm having this conversation with people, I like to take this from a first world point of view, because what's happening on that side of the world is totally insane to be very just soft about it, you know, saying that very lightly. But if you live in a good country, you have quite literally, of course, like basic necessities. Once you have those things, you know, time, a little bit of money, resources, you quite literally have everything that you need to get to a different place in my life. In your life, I should say. And it's so insane, like, it's all just mindset. For me, in my circumstance, I know that if I make certain moves, I'll be where I want to be in the next couple of years, maybe even sooner than that. I just took a step a week ago, that's going to put me so much more, that'll allow me to breathe when it comes to opportunities, let's just say. And I'm at work yesterday like, damn, I really took that step. Now I can quite literally pursue a lot of opportunities just with that step. Me saving my first $1,000 was a step. Me continuing doing the YouTube is a step. Because these things give you leverage. Certifications, content creation, small business, big business, whatever. That's leverage. So you don't have to say, well, I got to clock into a job. Because that's what my channel is about. Me going to work and me showing you what I do. But I like these videos because it's very realistic. You know? I'm not just showing you like, you know, what I do every single day and making it all nice and editing. Like, no. I like to relate to people about these things because we're all going through it. It's all happening. But a lot of us have a very doom and gloom sort of mindset. And what I want to express to you is, this is for a very specific person. Like I said before, if you have a job, if you have basic necessities, good health, this is for you. I cannot speak on existential circumstances that you have no control over. Because anybody can watch this video from any country, still find the same amount of value from another person in this country that has all those things. But this video is for the person that is working a 9-to-5, that's working the shit job that they don't like. Bro, get leverage. You having the car is leverage. I had a friend that was like, if I lose my job, I'll just DoorDash. That's leverage. You still gonna have to work your ass off. You cannot escape the work unless you go out there, buy a lottery ticket, and then you win $1 billion. Those are almost impossible odds, okay? You're still gonna have to work. At some point in this life, you're gonna have to work. So you're just gonna have to swallow that. You're just gonna have to accept that. But if you have basic necessities that can make it easier for you to make money, let's say like a small business. Me and my dad used to sell water bottles in the city during a baseball game or a basketball game or a football game. Make like $200 a day, sometimes $300, $400, $500, $600 a day. There've been times. What was the leverage in that? Well, first you need the time to go out there. Then you need a little bit of money to invest. Small little opportunities, small little things to get you to the next step. Putting money in your pocket is leverage. People say save, 6 to a whole year of your expenses just in case you lose your job. That's leverage. So even when you lose your job, God forbid, you could breathe because you have a long time to figure it out. Certifications, that's leverage. You could get better jobs. It's about leverage. All these other, all this social media stuff that's trying to get you to be like, yo, I need the jewelry, like that shit don't matter. Stupid purchases don't matter. What matters is if one day something happens to you and you might not be good in that moment mentally, but physically you're good. That's what matters, because you can always get the mental back. But losing your job and having no leverage is bad. If you're working that 9 to 5, bro, trust me, you're doing all right, okay? Because my job is a pretty easy job, let's be honest. I'm stocking shelves. Let's be honest with ourselves. Like, working at a supermarket is a pretty easy job. Even if I'm doing manual labor, it's easy. There are a lot of harder jobs out there. And there are a lot of people that don't have as much money as me, as much time to even be making this video or even have a job in the first place. So what I want you to do, to the person that's working that 9 to 5, I'm talking to you, what I want you to do is really sit down in a chair and just think for a second. Okay, I have this job, I have this car, I have a skill, whether that's you're a personal trainer, you like fitness, you play an instrument, you know how to do content creation, which is what I'm trying to leverage. That's my leverage. You watching this video is my leverage. This is my leverage. Whatever skill you have, whatever, thing you know how to do, the people the money in your pocket, these are all leverage. Your good looks, it's leverage. All of those things are leverage. So I titled this video, I'm 26 working at a supermarket, but it's not all that bad. Let me explain why I'm going to reach my goals. Why I'll be in this position in this amount of time. It's because I understand that sort of life might seem sort of crazy in a moment. But just understanding how this YouTube shit works and just business, it made me understand that there is a way to fundamentally hack your way into whatever that is that you want, whether it's making more money, you want more views, you want to start a business. You need to find something that works, that fundamentally just goes in a straight path, and you can scale it. Once you find that leverage, there's nothing that will ever stop you. Like, it's true, it's just nothing that will stop you. Because no matter what, I could work this job for the next 15 years, let's say. Still putting money in my pocket. I know people that have been working a 9 to 5 for 7-8 years, but they working like 15 hours a day. You know what the leverage is? Money in a pocket. All depends on your goals. If you like working, that's you. But that money you got in your pocket after those 15 years, you might be able to start a business that makes you $50,000 a month. You never know. And maybe life had to be that one just long part of your life so you could get there. Because once you get there, like I said before, life is one big moment. In reality, this time shit don't exist. Of course, we feel it, but it depends on how bad you want it. It depends on how much time you want to take to get to that goal. Me, I don't want to do 15 years. That's why I'm talking about leverage now. How can I leverage this platform? How can you leverage your skills to get to the next level way faster than the person that wants to work 15 years? It depends on how bad you want it. It depends on how you go about it. So to the person that's working a 9 to 5, think about your leverage. Have you been working this job and just saving your money, but you don't know how to start a business? Well, I hate to break it to you. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to figure out what your leverage is. If you like car rides, if you have a nice car, maybe make car vlog videos. I'm literally recording on a GoPro, and I see people recording videos with their nice cars with GoPros and Meta glasses all the time, and they have big YouTube channels. Shout out Quan. They have big YouTube channels. That's your leverage. Whether you're good looking or you're a woman, you like makeup, pretty woman, makeup channel, that's your leverage. Makeup business, that's your leverage. Maybe you're a dude that's into fitness. Again, good looking dude, or someone that's going through a weight loss journey. Document that. I plan on using this platform to talk about my experiences in my life and how I'm going from rags to riches. That's my leverage, because someone out there, maybe you are gonna relate to that. So I'm gonna end the video here, but I want you to really think about your position, whether you're working a 9 to 5, you're trying to start your own business or your own side hustle or thing or whatever. Think about what you have right now that can maybe help you get to the next level. Because you could be an 18-year-old watching this video thinking about a 9 to 5, and you're like, oh my God, my life sucks. I'm living at home with your parents. But once you got to start paying rent, once you got to start becoming an adult, it's going to get real right for you. It's going to get crazy. And that's just one example. Maybe you stay with your parents for 5 years and you put $50K in your pocket by 22, by age 22. Who knows? These are just ideas. So if y'all want more, videos about what I think about in my head in terms of this YouTube game, in terms of just me working at my job and what I'm thinking about, just let me know in the comments, and let me know what you guys think about this video, okay? If you stayed for this entire video, just say in the comments, leverage. Just type that out so I can know. It's your boy Draco. Find your leverage, okay? Peace.